If you're trying to use Facebook ads to promote your business, I want to teach you in this video how you should go about writing your ads. What headline should you have? What bit of text should you have? What image or video should you select? It's really important to future-proof your ad campaigns in 2020 and beyond, and we're going to get into it in today's video. So firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome here. My name is Penberthy. I help business owners and entrepreneurs generate more customers profitably using social media and sales funnels. If you'd like to learn more about the type of stuff that I can help you with, there's a link in the description box and a top comment to a free training that I have. So first things first, I've got a ton of other videos on this channel that talk about the topic of Facebook ads, and a few of them for different things. So if you want to learn about the strategy behind launching Facebook ads actually gets results in terms of how you select your targeting, how you're going out there and attracting the right people to your ad, and how you're actually going about launching the darn thing to the right audience at the right time, I've got other videos you can check out for that. But in today's video, specifically, I want to talk about how you script them, how you write them, okay? Like something that is very effective right now in our marketplace and is working well for myself and for our clients and our coaching students are these short form written ads. You know, just a little bit of text with maybe a nice image, and you can insert a video in there if you wanted to, but just a nice image works really well. And then you've got your headline that's right next to the button that they can click, right? And these are working really, really well, but there is a bit of a format to follow. So in the next few minutes, I just want to kind of unravel that and share with you how you can get the best bang for your buck with these Facebook ads. So first thing, before we get into the actual writing of the ad, one thing that is really important, and like I mentioned, I talk about it in detail in my other videos on the channel, but right now, what is working well on Facebook is focusing more and putting more time and attention into the ad creative itself, which is the image, the text, and the headline, than even the targeting, right? Back a few years, the targeting was the big thing. You had to get that right. You had to really hone in on the right people on Facebook and only show your ad to the right people. And you were relying more on the targeting than you were the actual ad creative itself and what you were saying. Things are kind of switched now. Here in 2020 and moving forward, roles have reversed. We can actually go to a much broader audience. We can go to a larger targeting group, but then we can let our creative, our copy, our headlines, our text pull out the right people from within that audience. So with that in mind, now let's get to the scripting. First things first, the headline, which is that bit of text, the boldest part of the ad, that is one of the main components that is going to stop someone scrolling in their newsfeed. Right? So we have to make sure that that headline is something that pops and speaks to your ideal customers. You need to go ahead and do a ton of research before you start writing your ads on who your ideal customers really are, right? We should not be in the business of creating an ad just for the sake of creating an ad. If you've got a dog training product, for example, it's a terrible idea to just say, dog training course, come check it out, right? Or something to that extent, but a lot of people do that. They have their sales funnel, they have their product, they have their website, and they think that traffic is just this byproduct. You just need to just go ahead and just, let's get some traffic. But actually, no, we need to think through who would be the ideal customer for my product, who would be the ideal customer to go through this sales funnel, and how can we do some research on them? How can we figure out what their pains are, what their frustrations are, what their desires are, what their biggest struggles are that they would like a result for? And how can we make that pop in the headline? How can we do something different that none of our competitors are doing or saying in that headline? An example of this would be, I've got a product that teaches Facebook advertising. We've got a whole course that teaches this stuff. And everyone and their cat nowadays seems to have a Facebook ads course. So I needed to find a way to stand out and be different. So as you can see on the screen right now, this is one of our Facebook ads that the headline was about the mistakes that I've made with Facebook ads, the 57 or something, I think it was 57 mistakes that I've made with our Facebook ads, right? That is something that grabs the attention of my ideal audience. You know why? Number one, because I know that my ideal customers and clients for that product have already tried to make Facebook advertising work. They have launched probably a crap ton of ads that haven't reaped any reward. So by going out with a headline that talks about the mistakes that I've made and the amount of failed attempts that I've had at Facebook ads, that speaks to my ideal audience, because I'm speaking to people that are not necessarily at that very beginner phase and they've never even touched a Facebook ad. I'm speaking to people that have tried it and they failed, so they can resonate with what I've got going on. The second thing that makes this headline work so well and why this ad has actually performed very, very well is the fact it's really piquing their curiosity. Right, we've kind of flipped it around. Everyone's talking about the good thing that they've been able to achieve, right? The Facebook ad that generated us X amount of clients, or the Facebook ad that generated us X amount of revenue. You see those types of ads and headlines all the time. So if I go out there with a headline that flips that and talks about actually the mistakes that I've made, that really piques your curiosity in a way that it isn't being piqued elsewhere, because no one else is really talking about the bad stuff. Now, of course, in the actual written part of the ad, I'm obviously turning that negative into a positive and into an attractive point. But the idea here is that as they're scrolling, we need that headline to be something that pops, and specifically pops for your ideal customers, the ones that you've done research on and you know what would attract them. The next thing is the image, right? Like, now it's arguable, probably, right? Yeah, that's right. Arguable. Don't argue with me. Right, now arguably, no, it's arguably, that's it, arguably. I'm just gonna avoid that word. So the second thing you've got to pay some big attention to is the image that you're running alongside your ad, right? This is almost helping to tell a little bit of a story. Now, you don't need to have something that is, some big authoritative image. Like sometimes we've got ads where I'm on stage at one of our conferences, right? Or I'm with a well-known celebrity in our space or something like that. That can work. But actually some of my most successful ads for my products and services is actually just a little mugshot of me somewhere out and about. Maybe it's in a beautiful location somewhere on holiday with my wife, or maybe it's just out to dinner, or it's just like those types of things actually do work quite well. But the thing you need to pay attention to is the image grabbing attention too? And does the image in some way, shape or form make sense to the headline? Or is it something that adds to the curiosity, and then as you write the ad copy, the description, that would almost tell the story and finish off the curiosity, right? Like you can't have an image that just has literally nothing to do with the headline or the text to come. But something that works really, really well, just so you know, with images for your Facebook ads, if you can have some kind of public figure in the ad, that works well. So if you can have a picture of yourself if you're the brand, right? Or a picture of you and your spouse, that can work well. Or just some kind of person in the image, right? People they feel comfortable seeing another human being's face. So that works well in an ad. The second thing that works well in the image for the ad is bright colors. That's why sometimes I have ad images where it might seem a little bit out of place in the context of the ad, but it works so well. Like this ad you're seeing right now is me out in Thailand in the PP Islands. And just because everything is so blue and so green and so bright, this ad performed really, really well, okay? So keep those two things in mind as well when you're thinking about the image that you're running with your ad. And the third thing that you need to pay attention to when you're creating and writing your ads is how you are starting the description. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, what about the whole description? Yeah, that is important, right? But we have got descriptions for our image ads that are 200 words. We have some that are 400 words. We have some that are 1,000 words. And we don't actually see some of them necessarily outperforming the others by a crazy amount. What we have found to be the most important is, like I've mentioned, the headline and the image. And then when it comes to the description, it's actually just the first sentence and or the first paragraph, that first part that shows up. That is what is helping someone get across the line to hit that see more button and read whatever is coming up next, whether it is another 200 words, 400, 1,000 or whatever it is. Right? If you can grab someone's attention with the headline and the image and that first sentence or the first paragraph that gets them to click see more, whether there's 200 words or 400 words, they're probably going to continue reading it. And if they're interested in what you're talking about, they'll likely still go ahead and click to go to your website or your sales funnel and see what it's all about. So that first headline is so important, and you need to treat it as such, right? It's that first sentence, but you need to treat it like a headline. Something else that is going to grab their attention, it's going to pique their curiosity, that's going to call out a pain point or a frustration or a struggle or a desired outcome that you know your audience are striving for, or a pain point you know they're experiencing, so that they feel compelled to click that see more button and read more. And if you can do those three things, and if you can execute those right, you will have a Facebook ad that will likely do very, very well. And it'll do well to a bigger audience. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, gone are the days where we need to really hone in on exactly who we want to see our ad. Now we can let our ad creative, like I've just talked you through, we can let that do the talking, let that call out the right people, and we can just go out to a bigger audience, a bigger pool of people, and the right people will connect with it and move through. All right, so hopefully that was helpful for you. If it was, do me a favor, hit the like button on this YouTube video, leave me a comment. Let me know if you are already using image ads in your marketing, and let me know how that's going. I'd love to read your feedback below. If you'd like to learn more about this topic and how myself and my business partner can help you run Facebook ads that actually get results, we have a free training that's linked in the description box and a top comment. Do go ahead and check that out. I think you'll really, really like it. And if you're not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We put out a bunch of new videos like this all the time. So hit the bell notification to be notified of those new videos coming out. And with that, thanks for watching this video. Hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in a future one.